Everyone, thanks for joining us today. We have a wonderful episode on tap. I'm pleased to be joined by Alex Jacome, who is the founder and CEO of Achivion Solutions. How are you today, Alex?
Doing great, doing great. How about yourself, Dario?
Very well, thanks. Let's get things started here. Just tell us a little bit about your background in Achivion Solutions, your journey to where you are today, and then tell us a little bit about your focus on healthcare and AI in healthcare.
We started Achivion back in 2013. I come from the consulting background, focusing on the government and enterprise institutions. We are located in the Washington, D.C. area. So every company has to have a contract with the government here. So we did have a contract with the NIH, National Institute of Health. That's where our healthcare and life science focus started off. And then eventually, around 2018 to 2018, we pivoted towards AI. That was a couple of years before the ChatGPT explosion. So we've been assisting healthcare life sciences companies and beyond, frankly, with all sorts of AI automations, starting from natural language processing to computer recognition, to predictive analytics, hyper-personalization, etc. So from healthcare perspective, we are specialized in delivering AI-powered software that helps innovate organizations and help them achieve what was previously considered impossible. That's where our motto, achieve the impossible with the power of AI.
Oh, nice. Cool. It's interesting when I talk to founders who were into AI before the evolution of the generative AI tools. Maybe 2 or 3 examples of healthcare AI projects that you've worked on recently?
Absolutely. One project we are proud of involved building an AI-powered heart monitoring software.
Oh, nice.
The client was a wearable medical device provider. So we developed a software architecture and implemented advanced signal processing algorithm to detect abnormal heart rhythms in real time and at the same time enabling early intervention and improving patient safety. That was our first one way before ChatGPT came out in the news. Another impactful project was for a hospital group that was aiming to improve patient care workflows. So it took them, it was in the middle of the COVID era, so it's been a while back. So this particular hospital chain was struggling with assisting and handling the above normal flow of patients. So they were looking to figure out how do we stagger all these people and how do we serve the ones that actually need immediate attention right now and let the other ones wait for a couple hours in emergency room. So we've built an AI-based care coordination system that analyzes patient records and predicts required services at each stage of treatment. And this solution significantly reduced the emergency room delays, patient care delays, optimized provider resources, and improved the overall patient experience. And finally, since we're talking about 3 examples, we developed an AI engine for healthcare data platform that helps healthcare researchers and clinicians filter massive data sets to identify high-quality health records. Solution uses natural language processing in combination with machine learning models to assess data relevance and accuracy. And that saved the researchers hundreds of hours in manual review and accelerated insights along the way.
Cool. So what's really interesting is that because you were so early to the AI game, and you've seen successful implementations, Alex. What in your mind separates a successful implementation and adoption by the client from one that isn't so successful?
At the time when we started using AI, applied AI in organizations, the average success rate of AI projects was less than 50%. So when we started, before we even deployed the very first AI model, we had to invent the process that ensures the success rates of the final delivery. So we did that. We named the process Achieve, and just based on the name of the company, Achievian, and each letter in this Achieve process signifies a specific step.
Oh, wow.
And it's a combination of the standard agile software development process and a data delivery process.
Yeah.
And so based on that process, what we've noticed is that successful AI projects in healthcare specifically hinge on three major factors. One is clear use case, two is high quality data, and three is stakeholder alignment.
Right.
If you've seen none of these three talk about technology. So
right.
In order to have a successful AI project, you have to start way earlier than you start writing the very first line of the machine learning model.
Right.
Without a well-defined problem to solve, AI becomes a solution in search of a problem. We also want to ensure that data readiness is good enough early in the process, because even in the most advanced models, they can't function well on noisy, biased, or insufficient data. And finally, securing buy-in from the clinical and operational stakeholders is critical for adoption and long-term impact of that AI system. Right. So the very first step, the first two steps of our Achieve process, all care about making sure that we get that alignment. So we set up workshops with the client's team and make sure that they understand what exactly AI is going to deliver them at the end of the first phase of the project, at the end of the first year of the project, and 5 years down the road. Otherwise, we got this fancy, shiny tool. How do we apply it here and there? And this is usually a recipe for a problem.
So healthcare data presents unique challenges with privacy concerns and sometimes limited data sets. How did your team overcome these obstacles when developing AI solutions?
Yeah. We address privacy by implementing secure data handling practices that are aligned with HIPAA. We start with HIPAA. We look at the FedRAMP. We looked at FDA recommendations and frameworks. And usually they include things like data anonymization, data encryption, federated learning where appropriate. And to overcome limited data, we often apply techniques such as transfer learning or synthetic data generation. In some cases, we also help clients integrate external data sources or leverage pre-trained models to supplement their internal data sets. In healthcare, every industry has a little bit different set of hesitations. Healthcare specifically, their concerns are usually around data privacy is one, fear of job displacement, and skepticism about the return on investment, the ROI on this project. We usually tackle this by educating stakeholders on how AI can augment, not replace, human decision-making and improve quality of care along the way. And we also offer a positive ROI guarantee as part of our services. We usually start with small pilot projects to demonstrate tangible benefits quickly. And this is something that builds confidence and creates momentum for broader adoption within the organization.
How are you brought into an organization? Is it usually through some kind of digital health initiative, or is it through the technology side or the clinical side, the commercial side?
All of the above. We do work with a number of IT department leads across healthcare organizations. And usually it starts from the very top. The CEO would get the word, guys, figure out how do we apply AI here and make it ROI positive. Then usually they would come out to us. We would start with small phase called AI value assessment. This is when before we write anything or prepare any documentation, we just go and explore the business flows, figure out where AI can bring tangible benefit and calculate the ROI, at least rough order of magnitude for the ROI, and then go from there.
So looking ahead, what AI applications in healthcare really excite you? Where do you think there's most value to unlock over the coming years?
So, initially, as I mentioned, in the 3 case studies that we've done for healthcare, and we've done a lot more. These are, I think, the most recent ones. A lot of those applications were built around a single AI core. The AI would be automating a certain function or bringing in a new capability to the organization, and then we would build the entire ecosystem around it. Going forward or looking ahead, what we see is that as soon as the organization has a bunch of these AI models, it's very beneficial for them to know about each other, similar to different departments within the organization, knowing about each other's pros and cons and when to engage them and when to not. So this is where the concept of AI agents comes into picture. It's one thing when AI agent knows everything about their own data silos, data operations, etc. But it's way more exponentially beneficial if multiple AI agents can work in tandem to automate not necessarily just a single function within the healthcare organization, but starting with the line of business and going over across the entire organization.
You hear a lot about interoperability, right? And I guess that also requires even greater focus on the data and data quality, right, and data consistency.
Data consistency, data quality, data format interoperability. Because if, let's say, one department within the organization builds their own AI agents without talking to another one, at the time when the come for integration comes in, if the data formats are completely out of whack between each other, then it's going to require yet another layer for data translation between the two things. So the best practice that we learn is before you start building any AI, go ahead and put together the 5-year business. Then step number 2, build out the data strategy that aligns with this business strategy. And number 3, you build out the AI roadmap strategy. Combines this all together and ensures that the business strategy is delivered or executed properly by leveraging the data in the middle.
Cool. So this has been really helpful, Alex. It's interesting because I've interviewed a lot of people, and you have a lot of real tangible experience, more so than most people that I talk to. But in closing the conversation, what are your top lessons learned for healthcare systems considering AI and implementing AI?
First, success requires deep collaboration between domain experts and technical teams. AI just can't exist in a vacuum. Second, change management. It's just as important as technical excellence. So you have to be able to educate and support users so that the adoption is driven way beyond the first couple of months. And finally, always start with the problem, not the technology. When AI is aligned with the real world needs, becomes a powerful force for improving healthcare delivery and outcomes.
Oh, well, this has been a great interview, Alex. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, and congratulations on your success and all the best going forward.
Thank you, Dario.